So right now, Canon meets user-friendly and all-around high-quality shooting packed in one. They got it in the bag. What's good, creators? Welcome back. If you are new here, consider subscribing. I make videos about music videos, YouTube, photography, all types of creating in general. And yeah, subscribe if you're new here. Today we're gonna be talking about the Canon EOS R5, but before we dive into that, I wanna talk about the cameras that I have right now, what I shoot with, and why. So right now, what you're seeing right now is the Canon 1DX Mark II, which is one of my favorite cameras of all time. I use this camera for a lot of different reasons. 120 frames per second, it takes crystal clear photography. I'm talking about amazing quality. I love the photos that come out of the camera. It has 4K with a 1.3 crop compared to a lot of other cameras. They have higher crops in the 4K mode. It's heavier, bigger build body, so I can take it on the go and get stable shots without having to bring my gimbal with me. I also own the Canon EOS R, which is sitting back there on the tripod. And the reason that I own that camera is the 4K, the C-Log, the updated features. I use the swivel screen for when it's time to vlog. It just is very helpful. And you can get some really good photos out of the EOS R as well. I really like the fact that I have two cameras so I can get two angles, but I've always just wanted to have one camera that can do it all. At one point, the 1DX Mark II was that camera for me, except for not having a swivel screen and just a couple different things. But today, I think that Canon dropped a camera that can do it all in one body. Let's talk about what I love, the specs that I love about the Canon EOS R. First of all, there's no crop in any of the shooting modes, which is just amazing. Full frame, no crops at all. Great, thank you. With that being said, let's talk about the modes that it can actually shoot in. Starting off with what it can top out at. It can top out at 8K C-Log, raw footage, and the autofocus works in the 8K mode with no crop. Crazy to be in this small little camera body. So for starters, that shoots higher quality than both cameras that I own. The Canon 1DX Mark II and the R only shoot 4K. Now the R5 is shooting 8K, topping out in C-Log. The raw is just great. It's gonna give you way more control over your color grading and the foot. It's just, oh man, I'm stoked. It's also shooting 120 frames per second in 4K. Now this is one of the reasons that I even still have my 1DX Mark II, because it shoots 120s in 1080. Now the R5 is shooting the same 120 frames per second in 4K though, a higher quality, a better looking 120 frames per second shot. What? I'll take that. Not only that, but I keep my 1DX Mark II because it's a heavier, bigger build and I can get stable shots without having to carry my gimbal with me. Well, the R5 actually has in-body stabilization, not just electronic stabilizing mode. It has real in-body stabilization on this camera, which means it's gonna be really, really sturdy getting your shots handheld. So that's kind of crazy. So now if I get the R5, I wouldn't have to carry a heavier camera. I could still have stable shots and not have to carry a gimbal with me. What? Thank you, Canon. Even when I took the R out, I would always need to bring my gimbal with me because it's such a small body camera. The shots would not be as stable if I'm going handheld. And sometimes, like I said, I just don't want to take my gimbal with me. I'm out running, gunning, traveling, I'm on an airplane, whatever. I don't know, whatever the case may be. If I want to get a cinematic shot and I don't feel like bringing my gimbal to this location or wherever I'm going because it's just a hassle, having in-body stabilization so you can get a sturdy shot is just, that's crazy. Another really cool feature about the R5 is it comes with dual card slots, and one of those card slots is actually CF Express card slots. CF Express cards means faster writing speeds and faster transfer speeds. I got to test this out with the Canon 1DX Mark III, and when I was transferring the footage with the CF Express card, it was so fast. I'm talking lightning, like 3 minutes to transfer, 400, 500 gigabytes worth of stuff. That was just crazy to me. It was so fast. Not only that, but on the R5 compared to the R, they got rid of the stupid little touch bar. I'm just not a huge fan of that touch bar. I never used it, thought it was just stupid and just shouldn't be on that camera. On the R5, they got rid of the touch bar and brought in the joystick, and that kind of reminds me of my 1DX Mark II. The joystick, I love that. Being able to use a joystick to move around is just way better than that touch bar or that directional little pad circle thingy that they have on the R. On the R5, they actually put in also the scrolly wheel, which is actually on the 1DX Mark II as well. So the scrolling wheel and the joystick compared to that touch bar and that directional circle, I'm so happy about that. I think that that is a major upgrade, a major difference. It makes a difference, I swear, I promise you. Now, one of the reasons that I keep my 1DX Mark II is because of the photography. As I said before, it takes crystal clear quality, high quality photography, and I love it. Also, being that it's a sports photography camera, it shoots really, really fast, but on the R5, it's looking like it's gonna be taking some amazing fast speed photography as well. It's looking like 12 frames per second on the mechanical side and 20 frames per second on the electronic side, depending on what you like to shoot, if you wanna shoot silent or with your shutter going. It's looking like that thing's gonna be taking some really, really fast photos so you won't miss any moments. These are just some crazy aspects that I was interested in when I saw them drop today about the R5, but let's talk about a few that I'm kind of concerned with. It's only two, one of which is two different style cards. So one slot is CF Express and one is SD, and I think that's weird because when you're shooting CF Express, it's gonna be a really fast writing speed, and then when that fills up and it goes to the SD card is gonna be a little slower writing rather than the CF Express, which is just kind of weird to me. I wish they would have just added two CF Express card slots rather than even dealing with the SD card anymore. I mean, CF Express is what we're on. The 1DX Mark III has two CF Express card slots. I don't understand why there wasn't just two CF Express cards on the R5, but I'm not that mad at it. I probably would only use CF Express cards in that camera anyway. So that's one little concern I have. Not a major deal. It's not a deal breaker. It's just one little thing. Two, the only other concern that I have is, will this camera take icy, crystal clear, high quality photography like my Canon 1DX Mark II? Is it gonna be as sharp? Is it gonna be as punchy? Is it gonna be what I love? I don't know for sure because mirrorless cameras and DSLR cameras do have a bit of a difference, personally, I feel like, but I'm not mad at the photography on the R. I'm thinking that 45 megapixels on the R5 is gonna be great. Definitely a really high quality photo. Hopefully I'm not let down by the R5's photography compared to my 1DX Mark II, the love that I have for that photography on that camera. I don't do photography full time. That's just something I do when I'm like trying to take photos for Instagram or just trying to capture a moment to keep forever, or maybe take a picture for a canvas. I'm just hoping that the photo quality on the R5 is as good as the 1DX Mark II. But those are the only two concerns that I have. Other than that, the R5 looks freaking amazing. Beast, the freaking specs on that thing are crazy and I'm super excited about it, which is why I'm definitely 100% switching to the R5. And I'm gonna be selling my Canon 1DX Mark II, selling my EOS R on my Instagram story. Actually today, I'm gonna take some photos of them after we film this video, post them up for sale. If you're interested, make sure you go follow my Instagram, Creative Ryan ATL, link down below. But other than that, I think Canon is in the lead right now. They're making some of the best cameras, and I think a lot of people are gonna be trying to come over to Canon, which is cool. That's cool because Canon is doing a really good job with what they're making. I think that the R5 and the R6 are possibly some of the best options that you can get right now if you have the budget to get them. So question is, will you be switching to a Canon R5 or the R6? I'm personally switching to the R5 and I'm getting rid of both of these two cameras. It's just gonna be lovely. I think it's gonna be perfect for upgraded features, 8K in RAW with C-Log. That's gonna be crazy, like experience shooting with that. 120 frames per second in 4K. It's just gonna be butter with the in-body stabilization on the go. Won't have to take my gimbal with me all the time. Gimbals are just annoying and they clank on your backpack and it's just like, oh my God, why did I bring this thing with me? I'm not even gonna use it. R5 is looking fire. Definitely switching. Are you switching? If you have any questions, drop them down below in the comment section, or if you're switching over to the R5, drop that down in the comments as well. I wanna know how many people are actually gonna be buying this camera and getting it. I'm actually pre-ordering mine as soon as I cut this video camera off. If you like this video, if it was insightful for you, or if you just like hearing me talk about this camera, slap that like button for me because it really helps me and helps my videos get out there. Other than that, if you're new here, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys in the next video because I think it should be coming today or tomorrow. Same day. I don't know. Maybe. Peace.